I have it on impeccable authority that the poor fellow awakes every Friday morning with an almost primal sense of foreboding and regularly throws up on the 8:45 from Exeter St David's. What a shame for such an innately decent chap. I would highly recommend that he should be mentioned in dispatches for valour above and beyond his duty. Nicholas. Oh, Nicholas. Where is he? He's gone. Nicholas. Anyway, so famous for his haunched over.
Wait. No, don't tell him to wait.
Trevor Nunn never has this problem. Nicholas. So famous for his haunched over, cross-legged, note-padded one-on-ones, who has single-handedly elevated the daily grind of the onerous tutorial into an ethereal art form in itself. Such nobility of purpose, such gravitas, such candid integrity. He puts us all to shame. Doggedly daubing away in that grubby garret, night and day, year in, year out, surrounded by his wind-up gramophone, musty memorabilia, sepia snapshots of more civilized times, and with only his own African grey parrot, Baxter, for company he will not see his like again. Eileen, dear Eileen, what a tower of strength. Where would we be without her? So many positive qualities. To name but a few, she possesses the seminal insight and intellectual grasp of a Gombrich, the instant recall of a Vasari, the resolution and tenacity of a Roman legion, the fortitude of a water buffalo, and the feminine guile of a Lucretia Borgia. She certainly has him buttoned down, by Jove, somebody needs to. I have to confess here, looking at me, I have to confess here, even at this late juncture, and albeit with some sense of embarrassment, Eileen, an almost relentless, unrequited passion for the fair lady, a fine specimen of once termed, I believe, a thinking man's prophet. Alas, it was never meant to be. Fatally, well, for me at least, young snake-hipped I suppose, I ought to mention the students. Well, that's that out of the way. No, I was only jesting, really, honestly. No. Having slogged away in half a dozen colleges of art and design, and in many guises, the one constant in all these institutions would be the primacy of the student experience. All establishments would place that sentiment at the very apex of its core values. We are only here for the students. It's all about the students. The students always come first. Absolute tosh, of course! Students are bloody irritant and they just clutter up the place. And if it wasn't for their damnable tuition fees, we would all be retired! But thank you anyway. Not just to this exalted company gathered here, but also to the legions of others that have passed through these clammy fingers. You have made my life an abject misery, and I will never forget you ever. And if perchance I do, suffice it to say that this debilitating eczema, nervous twitch, and excruciatingly painful duodenal ulcer will unquestionably jog my memory. Good, isn't it, fine art, see? Little rapper, isn't it, and all that stuff. Right, then last, and most assuredly least, my spiritual brother, confidant, partner in crime, and loving, very, very costly friend, Stuart. Or Pinky, as he's known in the more salubrious districts of Birmingham. It was his singular vision and his alone that sucked me into this quagmire in the first place. That aside, he has been such inspiration to us all. His louse tastes, decadent inclinations, dissolute tendencies, and low-life leanings have been so critically instrumental in bringing all this to fruition. What a charismatic leader, what a perfectionist taskmaster. Someone once said of Winston Churchill that he mobilized the English language and sent it into battle. Well, I don't know about the language, but Stuart certainly mobilized the troops. I've seen sparks flying off the rushes up there. Installationists terrified of vacating their spaces. Mature women keeling over like saplings in a hurricane, exhausted, sated, and spent. Photographers manically snapping away faster than a hummingbird's wing. And visiting lecturers like quivering wrecks, cowering all day in the service lift. Yes, it's been a rocky ride for all concerned, and it's all down to him. Oh dear. It was his sense of purpose, his ambition, his utopian zeal, his idealism, his far-sighted intuition, his generosity of spirit, and fanciful imagination that spawned all of this in the first place. The FDA and BA in Fine Arts. We would all be so much the poorer, bereft of Stuart's aspirational vision, would we not? I think so. Although I'm not totally convinced on that one. I will have to say, though, that when all this began in 2002, yes, I think we are only 8 years young, he did owe something like 36,000 smackers on his profligate credit cards. It was either a case of getting this show on the road or seriously investing in a mink farm, which, in hindsight, if one thinks about it, are almost indivisible anyway. Finally, I would like to believe that in some humble, menial way, usually menial, I also played my part, left one's mark, so to speak, a few chickenpox scars scattered here and there. I was certainly in situ at our conception, gestation, birth, and formative years. One would cherish a hope that the powers that be would nurture the course through adolescence, late teens, early adulthood, and into the full flowering of glorious maturity. Thank you so much. You've been most attentive, and if inadvertently I have offended anyone, well, titty. As my grandfather once said to me, once perched upon his knee, Christoph, my lad, remember that human beings are 86% water. Every now and again they need stirring up a little, otherwise they go stagnant. Thank you, Red. Right, thank you, that's it.